This is the 10 o'clock news on Q2, Montana's news leader.
Good evening and thanks for joining us on this Friday night. I'm Jay Kohn. Janelle is off tonight. It is a climate change report 4 years in the making. Today, the Trump administration signing off on that report, which pins human activity as a dominant cause of climate change. The study out just today finds no convincing alternative explanation for the warming climate other than human activities. Based on extensive evidence, the study concludes, quote, it's extremely likely that human activities, especially emissions of greenhouse gases, are the dominant cause of the observed warming since the mid-20th century. Now, the report states that warming temperatures globally, rising sea levels, more frequent heat waves, and increased numbers of forest fires are evidence of the changing climate. The Climate Science Special Report is required by federal law and includes contributions from multiple government agencies and non-government academic experts. But it directly contradicts much of the Trump administration's position on climate change, which it has indicated is not one of its top priorities. In fact, over the president's first year in office, his administration has withdrawn from the Paris Agreement, moved to overturn the Clean Power Plan, and has dropped climate experts from several advisory panels. In addition, the Environmental Protection Agency did not include climate change in its new strategic plan. Although the White House put out a statement today that undercuts the high level of confidence in the report, the White House does say that it supports rigorous scientific analysis and debate. Wintry weather tightening its grip on Montana this evening, and there is more snow on the way. This morning, snow, ice, and cold temperatures pretty much ruling the morning commute here in the Magic City. At the Billings Airport, crews are busy clearing the runways. And we can tell you that a few flights were delayed. Only 2, though, were canceled at the airport. Those canceled flights were inbound from Seattle, which today was also dealing with its own winter blast. Winter storm warnings remain in effect for much of the state through this weekend. So tonight we have severe driving conditions reported between Harlowton and Eddie's Corner. In fact, that closure of the Highway 191, Bob, now totally closed.
Yeah, let me show you where that is. We're going to go to our graphics right now and show you that we have this big line of snow showers making it away from southwest Montana, basically up through Livingston in towards Lewistown, Glasgow. So where's all that at? Where's that big road at we're talking about that's really a problem for us? Well, as we zoom in, you can see there's Harlowton right up there towards Eddie's Corner. That was where we had severe driving conditions about 8:30 tonight. And then at 9 o'clock, about 9:18, they actually decided to go ahead and close that road. So that's what we have, a closed road in that region. So what's going to happen with that big line of snow showers as the night goes on? Well, we think that whole line of snow is going to probably eventually start making its way into the Billings area tonight. And so by tomorrow morning, about maybe 2 or 3 in the morning, and by 6 a.m., that whole thing will be moving through the Billings area, producing more snow here. Then later on tomorrow night, it kicks out of here, and you think, hey, we're done with it. This whole storm is over with. But no, that wouldn't be quite right, because look what's coming in on Sunday, still another snowstorm. We'll have more of that coming up in a few more minutes. Jay?
All right, thanks, Bob. Former Army Sergeant Bo Bergdahl left military court a disgraced soldier today, but a free man. The Sun Valley, Idaho native won't serve any prison time for deserting his post in Afghanistan. Critics, including the president, say Bergdahl's a traitor who should be behind bars. Weijia Zhang has more for us tonight from Washington.
Bo Bergdahl walked out of military court at Fort Bragg wearing civilian clothing. He was granted a dishonorable discharge and a reduced rank as punishment for deserting his post in Afghanistan back in 2009.
He's certainly glad this is over.
Bergdahl spent 5 years as a Taliban prisoner until President Obama brokered his release. The most serious charge against the 31-year-old was endangering the troops who went looking for him. Master Sergeant Mark Allen was shot in the head and will never walk or talk again. The Taliban killed a service dog belonging to Master-at-Arms Senior Chief Mike Toussaint. He says Bergdahl got off easy.
I'm utterly disgusted. As an American, as somebody that served with honor and distinction, I truly believe the punishment does not even come close to fitting the crime.
30 years ago, he would have been shot.
Then candidate and now President Trump agrees. In a tweet, the president called the judge's decision a complete and total disgrace. While the judge gave no explanation for his ruling, he said he'd weigh the president's remarks in Bergdahl's favor. The soldier's attorney says the remarks could have an even greater effect on appeal.
we think there's an extremely strong basis for dismissal of the case.
A dishonorable discharge triggers an automatic appeal. It also strips Bergdahl of his access to the VA's mental health treatment, which his lawyers say he desperately needs. Weijia Zhang, CBS News, Washington.
And in addition today, the disgraced soldier was also ordered to forfeit about $10,000 in pay. President Trump leaving tonight on an 11-day trip to Asia. He left earlier this evening. Economic summits, the reason for the trip, but North Korea's rogue nuclear program is also on the agenda. The president says North Korea will be a key focus of his talks with Asian leaders. The White House says North Korea is running out of time to end its weapons program, and President Trump says he'll be delivering a strong message during stops in Tokyo, Seoul, and Beijing. As snow falls here in Billings, the weather in New York City expected to be near perfect for Sunday's running of the New York City Marathon, and that suits J.D. Lindeen just fine, who along with 3 of her friends will be among the 50,000 participants this year. Montanans Mara Beard and Lindeen, along with Rhonda Jensen from Washington State and Tara Chrisman, also from Montana, will be running in the marathon to raise funds for the Foundation for Prader-Willi Syndrome Research. The baby daughter of one of Lindeen's closest friends was recently diagnosed with the syndrome. Now, after Tuesday's terrorist attack in New York, the city has beefed up its police presence for Sunday's race.
The Foundation for Prader-Willi Research was giving away entrance into the New York City Marathon in return for fundraising for their foundation. There were 4 of us that jumped on board at the opportunity to help out the foundation and get the experience of a lifetime.
Sunday's marathon, by the way, starts on Staten Island and ends in Central Park. It is one of 6 world marathon majors that also include Boston, Chicago, London, Berlin, and Tokyo. Well, still ahead on tonight's 10 o'clock news, state officials, co-workers, and just regular citizens turned out in Helena today to pay their respects to the late Governor Judy Marks. And in sports, top-ranked senior trailed Bozeman in the 3rd quarter. Scott shows us if the Bronx fall in a playoff upset.
You're watching MTN News with Jay Kohn and Janelle Slade. Storm Tracker weather with Bob McGuire and sports with Scott Green.